You ever have one of those moments when a whole room turns on you so fast it makes your head spin? That's how it started for me. She's the daughter of a criminal. How could you let her win? That shout ripped through the ballroom the instant my name was called. And suddenly what should have been the best night of my life went straight to chaos, like the universe had been waiting to remind me that some people never let you outrun your past. Cameras everywhere, microphones thrust at my face, and before I could take my next breath, the celebration had turned to a full-blown scandal. Emily Dawson. That's me, holding a trophy with my hand shaking, caught in the glare of every light in the city. While reporters dug for dirt I thought I'd buried a long time ago. But nobody, there not a soul, knew that in less than a week, the confession that could change everything about my family's story would blow up in front of millions. You better stay with me, because what happened next? Let's just say you'd never see it coming. Now, rewind to just a few days earlier, and the scene was completely different. Picture Walker Tech's glass tower downtown Austin, Texas alarms blaring, servers melting down, 30 engineers yelling over each other, and all the money in the world can't fix it. In the middle of it all stood Ethan Walker, the youngest billionaire you'd ever see. No patience, no time for second chances. 30 seconds, or you're all fired. Not even blinking. And that's when eye-soaking wet, sneakers squishing, a tofu wrap and lemon tea in hand stepped out of the elevator right into the heart of the storm. Everyone turned. Some security guy barks that I'm in a restricted area. I blink back. Isn't this the 32nd floor? Then Ethan looks up dead serious and says, "That's me." I hand him his lunch, late by 1 minute, rain coming down sideways out there. That's when I catch the mess on the screens. I blurt out, "Couldn't help myself." You're trying to reset it with the cache function still running. That'll lock the whole system. The engineers laugh at me, but Ethan doesn't. "You think you can fix it?" he asks. I hesitate. "I can try." He just says, "Do it." My hands are shaking, but my mind's clear. So I disconnect a secondary cable, type a command most folks would never find, and reroute the whole thing through backup. 3 seconds later, BAM system back online. Alarms off. Everyone just stares. Ethan asks for my name. Emily Dawson. I grab my bag, say I have 6 more deliveries before lunch, and try to slip out, but he stops me. "You don't want a job?" I laugh, half nervous. "No thanks, I'm good." But he's not the type to forget. Cameras caught every second, and by the end of the day, my name was lighting up Slack threads, private forums, even trending on Twitter. That night, in a crummy apartment, I walk in drenched, say hi to my mom in a wheelchair by the window, and just as I'm about to tell her about my weird day, I spot 2 men in suits sitting in a black car outside, watching. I wish I could say this was new, but if you grew up the daughter of a man they called the poison chef, you get used to people watching you. Next morning, my face is plastered on American Business Weekly. Delivery girl solves what 30 engineers couldn't. Who is Emily Dawson? Great, right? Not so much. I try to run from a newsstand, but a black limo cuts me off. Window rolls down. Ethan Walker. "Emily, I need your help again." I tell him I'm just a delivery girl, but he insists, offers me double my daily pay to show up that night. Hand me a black card. Be there at 7. Don't be late. That's how I end up outside Oakenvine, one of those places you need a suit and an attitude to even walk by, wearing my best borrowed clothes, getting sneered at by the doorman until Ethan comes out and walks me in like I belong. Turns out, it's not a delivery job. Ethan wants me on his team, offers me a position right there over fancy water and a city view. I know he's already dug into my past. Your father was a chef, right? Accused of poisoning his own customers. Died in prison. I don't flinch, too tired to pretend anymore. He was innocent. They needed a scapegoat. He was just a better cook than his rivals. Ethan says he believes me. Honestly, I almost believe him back. And then, in walks Vanessa Graham, the woman whose husband accused my dad. She looks me up and down like I crawled out from under a rock, smirks, and says, "Aren't you the daughter of that chef? Prove he didn't do it." I go home that night, more fired up than I've ever been. My mom tells me not to let them ruin me, too. I make up my mind I'm not going to let them. So the next morning, I'm in a limo, me brother Liam watching through the window, my mom looking worried. I walk into Walker Tech, get paraded into a boardroom full of men in suits who look at me like I'm about to steal their wallets. The challenge? Tonight's charity gala. High stakes. The celebrity chef canceled, so I have to go head-to-head with a 3 Michelin-star chef, Camille Lauren. If my dish wins, I get a job and $5,000. If I lose, I walk away no press, no more scandal. She probably can't even fry an egg, one guy laughs. In the kitchen, it's chaos. Camille's got a full team, but I grab Jake, the dishwasher, tell him he's my assistant now. The guy's terrified, but he follows my lead. I channel my dad, don't cook for approval, cook to tell the truth. My hands find the rhythm. I start to remember who I am. By the end, our steak with honeyed shallots and sweet corn puree smells like a memory. Judges taste both dishes. Ethan closes his eyes at mine, jaw tight. Camille's team laughs, but the votes come in by a hair. I win. Ethan hands me the check. You want the job? Reporters surge forward, yelling, twisting the story before I can even breathe. Did your father teach you how to cheat? Did you manipulate the judges? Suddenly, it's not about the food or the win. It's about tearing me down again. I run home, find my brother asleep on the couch. My mom's silent. She squeezes my hand and says, don't let them destroy you. That night, Ethan texts, be ready, there's more coming. And I know this fight isn't over. Next morning, I wake up to the whole country calling me the poisoned chef's daughter who got lucky. Headlines everywhere, social feeds full of hate. Ethan texts again, tells me to come to the company warehouse. Bring ID, tell no one. There, his assistant Mark hands me a folder and a USB. If anything happens to Ethan, I was told to give this to you. My heart drops. Ethan was attacked in the hospital, critical condition. Inside the folder is a signed confession from Detective Frank Mendoza, the very cop who arrested my dad, admitting he was paid off to frame him. Audio files, bank statements, everything. My hands are shaking. This clears my father's name. But the board tried to push Ethan out. Romero, Graham, Vanessa's husband, still controls too much money, too many secrets. Mark sneaks me into the hospital to see Ethan. He's unconscious, battered. I squeeze his hand, promise I won't let this end here. Then a message lights up my phone. Romero, taunting me to show up to the national finals, the show he sponsors. I tell my family everything. Dad was framed. I have proof. I'm going public. And I'm going to the finals. 2 days later, I'm backstage at Culinary Star, U.S., the biggest cooking show in America. Live broadcast, protest signs in the crowd, saying keep poison off our plates. My station sabotaged dull knives, wrong ingredients. I just laugh, let them try. I cook anyway, thinking of my dad the whole time. When the judges taste my dish, there's a moment to pause, a second bite, a smile. And then the twist. The host stops the show. We've just received a video being broadcast nationwide. On the screen behind him, Mendoza's confession play show my father was framed, how Romero Graham paid for it all. The studio goes silent. In the front row, Romero stands and walks out without a word. Judges huddle, then announce unanimous, vote Emily Dawson is the winner. The crowd erupts, some crying, others on their feet. For the first time, I don't feel like an imposter. I just feel free. Backstage, I get a text Ethan's awake. I rush to the hospital. He smiles, weak but alive. You did it, he says. I take his hand, no, we did. And for the first time in years, I believe my father would have been proud. So, you tell Med, I finally clear my father's name? Was justice done? Or do people like Romero always find a way back? Drop a heart in the comments if you believe in second chances. And tell Mewhat, does justice really mean to you?